Hi, today we are looking at data security and control. Welcome, I'm Patricia. So we begin with definitions of terms. We have data security. This is the protection of data and information from damage, deletion, unauthorized access, and modification. We also have data privacy. This is that data which belongs to an individual and must not be accessed by or disclosed to any other person. Confidential data. This is that data or information held by a government or organization about people. For example, we have Safaricom, Airtel, hospitals. Those are organizations that have data that is belonging to several people, and they normally keep it confidential. So we want to look at the threats, security threats to data and information. And we begin with computer virus. This is defined as a destructive program that attaches itself to other files. When the files are opened for use, it installs itself on the computer without the knowledge of the user. So what does it do? It specifically damages other programs and interferes with the proper functioning of the computer system. Types of computer viruses. We have several. We have file virus. This one attaches itself to files, either erasing or modifying them. Hoax virus. They come as an email with an attractive message and activate themselves when the email is opened. So when you want to read what is in the email, it's when it becomes active. So in short, you should avoid the emails that are coming from unknown people. Trojans. They appear to perform undesirable activities in the background without the knowledge of the user. Worms. These are the viruses that are stick in the computer memory. Boot sector. They destroy the booting information on storage devices. Backdoors. Allow hidden access to a computer system. So those are the types of computer viruses. Then let us talk or see the types of distractions caused by the virus attack. So what they do, they delete or modify data, information, or files. They might also lock the keyboard such that you are not able to type. They delete characters displayed on a visual display. Sometimes you are typing and it is deleting. It uses up the computer memory or space without your knowledge. There is a change. It can cause change of color of the display. It can also cause boot failure. So those are some of the distractions caused by the virus attack. Where do these viruses come from? From contaminated systems like flash disks, diskettes. So if it has a virus, then you use it in your computer gets affected. Use of pirated software. This one may contain virus code then it installs it itself in your computer. Infected proprietary software. So when the software is being developed, it may also contain some virus code. Then from fake games, and some people like playing games. So by spreading or by sharing the game, then the virus can be spread itself to several computer systems. Freeware and shareware. So this is the free software that you get from internet. So this one may also contain viruses. Then updates of software from internet. So if your software or Windows needs updates, make sure that you are not connected to network. So what are some of the symptoms of viruses? One, it's boot failure. Failure of booting of the computer fails to boot. Some files and programs disappearing mysteriously. We also have unfamiliar graphics or messages appearing on the screen. Slow booting. Gradual filling of this memory on the hard disk, and there's nothing that you have saved. Corruption of files and programs. Programs taking too long than usual to load. Disk access time taking too long. Unusual error messages occurring more frequently. So those are some of the symptoms that we may experience because of viruses. So how do we control virus? You are supposed to, one, install updated antiviruses software. Then restrict the movement of storage media. You should not share the storage media like flash disks and diskettes. Scan all the mailed attachments before opening. Scan all the storage devices before using. If you're using a diskette, you are advised to write protect it. You are advised to back up all the software data files regularly. Then do not boot your computer from a disk if you are not sure of if it is free from virus. Then you are advised to avoid pirated software. Instead, use genuine software. Then B, we have unauthorized access. In this, the data and information is always under constant threat from people who may want to access it without permission. So such people will usually use this data and the information in the wrong way. They may have bad intentions, either to commit fraud or steal information and destroy or corrupt data that is belonging to an organization. So we have some forms of unauthorized access. We have eavesdropping. This involves a tapping of information from a channel to know what is happening. Then we have surveillance. This is monitoring of all the computer activities of another person. We have industrial espionage. This is spying on the competitor's activities with intentions to get information from him to destroy him. The control against unauthorized access. You are supposed to enforce data and information access policies on all the employees that you have. You are supposed to lock the computer room when not in use. You are supposed to reinforce weak access points. With doors and windows, you make sure that you can use metallic doors. You are supposed also to use file passwords to prevent the access of files. You can enforce network securities by use of firewalls. Encrypt data and information when you are transmitting or sending. Then perform frequent audit trials to identify threats to data and information. Then we have computer errors and accidental access. This happens when accidentally you access a file that you are not supposed to access, or perform some errors that may result from one, mistakes made by people, maybe giving the wrong information to the wrong person. People experimenting with features that they don't know how to use them or they are not familiar with. So those may result from such mistakes. Then how do we control these computer errors and accidental access? You're supposed to set up comprehensive error recovery strategy in the organization. Then you can restrict file access by use of passwords. Then D, we have theft. This is stealing of information and data, hardware and software, which does not belong to you. So such information is so valuable, such that the business competitors or it's very valuable to business competitors. So you can steal to maybe find out about the competitor. Control measures. You are supposed to create backups and store them privately. Reinforce weak access points. Use burglar proof in the computer room. Employ guards to keep watch over the rooms that you have kept data and information. That marks the end of our part 1 on data security and control.